series garden where we talk about gardening, ways to save money, and other special events. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe right here. Hit the subscribe button and and uh, and, uh, and hit the bell icon so that you get notified of all upcoming videos. So today we're gonna be talking about ways to increase your pepper production. As you can see behind me, I have a ton of pepper this year, and the pepper production has been really great. So I just want to give you guys some tips on what I did. I've been growing pepper for a while, so more than 15 years. So this time it's doing much better. Let me show you guys. And I'm just gonna give you guys some tips on what I did to increase the pepper production. So to look at the pepper. Okay, as you can see here, lot of pepper. Like I said, I've been growing pepper for a long time, and I haven't had this much production in pepper for a while. And it's due to a couple of things. The first thing would be uh, using warm castings, using more warm casting. I saw it in a Grow Your Green video where he talked about using warm castings. He bought the warm castings and he used the warm castings, and the pepper did very well. So I said, okay, I will do the same, but I'll use my own warm castings that I made, and you can see the results over here. I have a ton of pepper, and this is just the first harvest that we're gonna be doing right now. This is just the first harvest, and we have a ton of pepper, and it's just growing. And some of them I had to support them, as you can see here. I had to use the little stick to support over here, and on this side, as you can see, I had to tie tomatoes because it was just bringing everything down to the ground. So I also had to change like last month. I made a video on using small containers, and this with the amount of growth that it was having and the amount of production that it was doing, the small containers were not able to keep up. It was getting very dry by the end of the day, so I decided to the increase the containers to this bag containers. I made these bag containers. We made it from uh, a weed protect weed protection uh, fabric, or it's not real fabric, but it's homemade uh, bags that I just did. But so the main thing is I have a compost bin, and I've been using the compost bin for a while. But I just this year I just changed a few things. The first thing I did was um, I increased the amount of different food or different things that I put in there. I also added some uh, rock dust, azomite into the warm bin, and also I just used a lot of it in my compost tea. So and I soaked the roots of the pepper plants and all the plants in here with the compost tea that I made. I have an updated video coming up that's going to show you how I do it, but it's the production, not only for peppers, but other stuff that I grow in here has just been crazy this year. And all is due to the warm castings that I'm using, and also the compost tea that I'm using to grow the peppers and to grow everything in the greenhouse. So definitely something that I recommend you try it. And I know warm castings you get at the store, not all of them are the same. There are a few that are really good ones, but if you can do yours, it will be much better. It will be cheaper. If not, look for the best warm castings. I'll also see if I can put a link to some of the very good ones in the description below. But warm castings really work, and they really you can really see the results. The peppers are also very hot. These are one of the hottest peppers you can find, and they're really hot. Also, what I do is growing pepper. What I do is to increase the flavor of the pepper. I also once a month I also use Epsom salt, um, like a tablespoon of Epsom salt to a gallon of water, and I just water the base of the plant and even the leaves with it, and that has really, really, I think that has also contributed to the taste of the pepper and the growth of the pepper, as you can see right here. So it's definitely much better production. I've never seen this much production in the first harvest ever. So definitely something to try. The rock dust is good. What I also did was I put some rock dust. I mixed up some rock dust with the compost, compost that I put in here. Or when I was making the potting mix, I added some rock dust to it, and the warm castings, all of it just made it explode. The leaves are just very vibrant. You can see the pepper itself, um, how bright and shiny the peppers are, just because of the uh, the warm castings and the compost tea that I use on it. Compost tea, I do compost tea every 2 weeks, and with the compost tea, I just soak the roots, and sometimes I just foliar feed. I just uh, uh, spray it on the leaves, but most often I just soak the roots and compost tea, and it's you can see the leaves and everything is doing really, really well. So okay, so let's start. Let's do some harvesting, and also if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. I'll try to answer as many as possible. If you haven't harvested pepper before, all you need to do is just uh, lift it up the opposite direction like this, and you have it. Okay, so just enjoy the video and happy growing, everybody.